Hello everyone, welcome back to our kitchen. Please make yourself comfortable, but you know, it's only gonna be our kitchen for a little bit longer, and then we're out of here. And I have teased this already to you and haven't told you the reason why, and you're not gonna find your answers here either. I'll tell you soon enough, but for now, I feel the need to cook and use up all the food and ingredients that still remain in this kitchen before I leave. This is the theme of this month's videos, is just gotta cook it all, you know? So let's have a look at the freezer, see what we got. And it was stacked when we first started this kitchen clean out. It's now here, you know, I'm pretty good. We made a dent. And this is what I'll need today, yoink. So this is pork belly. Bought it by accident, I believe. It was a while ago. It was through one of those like food delivery services, and I think I tried to order one thing, this is what I got, and I just kept it and I put it in the freezer. It's like a worry about it later situation, and it's now later. So that's the story behind this. Okay, so the date of when that was sold, I'm not gonna tell you that date because it's a ways ago. So I've never actually cooked with pork belly before. I mean, it looks like bacon, it is bacon, except uncured, right? I don't know what to do with it, so I figure I'll go to my books. Well, I did. I'll go get the book. And it was this one right here. Mastering the Art of Japanese Home Cooking. It's from Morimoto. I'm just not gonna give up without a fight. So there's a legendary Japanese chef, has a bunch of restaurants all over the globe. Iron Chef, former Iron Chef, which is that TV show that I still have not watched yet. And yeah, I'm familiar with him mostly because I cooked up a bunch of his recipes on the show last year, and it's from a different cookbook. And then under those videos, everyone was telling me you should pick up this book, and then I did. So I went to it and I had a look, and then I found a pork belly recipe. Slow cooked pork belly with Beer-Teriyaki glaze. That's all I need to hear. I'm in. Buta no kakuni. Few things on earth are as decadent as pork belly, slowly simmered until you can cut it with chopsticks. So many cuisines have their renditions, but it'll come as no surprise that I enjoy the Japanese one most of all, is what he says, and in a little while, maybe I share the same sentiment. Let's get to work. Big pan, medium heat. Pork belly into the preheated pan. Don't need to add cooking fat, as this is fatty enough, I'm sure. Turn it occasionally, and I need a light golden brown on each side. Oh yeah. Okay, so I only very lightly browned the skin part because it doesn't say anything in the book about that. It just says both sides. But I did the bottom too. I don't know, just cuz. Switching to the Dutch oven, into the pork belly. Okay, and then you want enough water to cover the pork belly by 2 inches. Just to be certain, that's exactly 2 inches of water, just for all the doubters. This is an interesting step. A generous handful of brown rice goes, generous handful of brown rice into the water. Yeah. I'm not gonna get into it. So this is some old rice. Okay, I'm gonna drop some Japanese grandmother wisdom here. Oops, you might say to yourself, someone accidentally spilled raw rice into the pot with the pork belly. But it was no accident. Adding a generous handful of raw rice to the water along with the pork belly is a time-honored way to remove the strong, gamey quality of the meat. The result is a purer, more lovable porky flavor. Lovable? The result is a purer, more lovable porky flavor. Okay, once that's up to a boil, I turn it down to a dull roar to a gentle simmer. I keep that going for like 2 hours. You gotta flip these suckers around at least once. They are floaters. I don't know if that applies to floaters, but I will still do that. Do it now. I'll do it now. All right, so a bunch of time has passed. 2 hours, plus I've had this rest on the cutting board till it came down to room temp. It's all good now. It did curl up, which we are trying to prevent, but no, that's only if you're, no, I think it's gonna be fine. Okay, and this is the tender test, and you can poke it easily with a sharp knife. Now, the recipe is for 1 2-pound full piece of pork belly. This equals just over a pound worth. So instead of cutting it into 6 equal portions, as the book says, I think if I just cut each one into half, yeah. Okay, and now the curling doesn't matter as much. We gotta figure out what pan we're using. And I have some tin foil because I have to make a homemade Otashi Bha. Otashi Bha, one word. Which is, there's the foil, and it's sitting on whatever I'm about to make here, and there's the pan, right? So it's smaller than the pan. And this is a simmering secret, more on that shortly. Crimp the edges of the foil to make a circle that's 2 inches smaller than the width of the pan. Crimped to a circle, kind of, that will work. Yep, Otashi Bha. Sorry, I'm trying my best here. I only need 2 more ingredients, which is a cup worth of teriyaki sauce. I don't know how I had exactly a cup worth in the fridge. I poured it in the liquid measuring cup, it measured out. That was a miracle. Also, you need a beer. So either a light colored beer, such as a pilsner, or a lager, and I have my beer of choice right there. 1 12-ounce bottle. I just can't crack open a beer and not have a sip, so I had 2 in the fridge, thankfully. To the stove. All right, let's get a medium heat going on that mofo. Okay, pork belly goes in, fat side down. I just remembered I never told you what happened to the brown rice that was in the boiling water with the pork belly. I tossed it. That's what happened. I just forgot to tell you that. So let's add in the cup worth of teriyaki sauce, as well as that beautiful, beautiful beer. Just, yeah. Once that's to a simmer, the circle, the Otashi Bha goes on top, 2 inches from the sides of the pan. Because the Otashi Bha doesn't completely cover the liquid, it allows the liquid to slowly evaporate, getting more concentrated and delicious. As some of that liquid hits the lid and drops back down onto the ingredients you're simmering, it essentially bastes them and keeps them moist. That way you can cook with a relatively small amount of liquid instead of submerging the ingredients. And it means that you don't have to turn or stir the ingredients, which could break them. Cool. Flipping the pork belly halfway through and adjusting the heat to maintain a simmer. And this is gonna take 1.25 hours to 1.5 hours. After it was simmering, I just turned the heat off and had it sit in this pan, undisclosed amount of time. And you can see here that the glaze has thickened up beautifully, but it is still thinner than maple syrup. Black plate today. Firstly, let's decorate, shall we? Glaze into the middle of the plate. It's gonna act like a glue to keep that pork belly standing upright. It's so much thinner looking in the cookbook photo. I don't know how he got it to look like that. Mine looks like motor oil, but I'm gonna switch the plate. If you can't stand upright, then I'll just have it on there. How about, I needed to intensely boost the image of what I'm serving here. So I added some hot mustard to the side there, along with some toasted sesame seeds. I think that's a nice touch. This is only to enhance that even more so, a little chopped parsley. My idea. Order up! Okay, how tender is that? It's very, very tender. Whoa, okay. It's come a long way from how it looked at the beginning. Yes. Okay, so overall that is pretty not too shabby. Not too shabby. Did I get freaking teriyaki glaze all over my white shirt? For frick's sakes. So it's interesting, the pork fat part, which is like, I guess the skin part, as they call on MasterChef, the crackling, you can hear the crackling. It's like crunch to it, right? It has a gamey flavor to it, and I wasn't expecting that. I guess the rice trick does not work on that part, but the belly meat, like, oh, that's where it's at. It's tender, rich, porky depth to it, I guess you could say. I don't know what the hell that means, but yeah, soft and silky meat. Oh yeah, and kind of luxurious the way it's cooked. The fat to meat ratio is just right. So there's just enough meat in there that you're just like cutting through the fat. Oh, I'm on a roll here. And I'm done. The Beer-Teriyaki glaze. If I didn't add the beer, I wouldn't have been able to tell. Like maybe just like the slightest bit of hops and maltiness to it, I guess you could say, but I'm being generous. It was mostly all teriyaki. So it's got the sweet and saltiness to it, you know, deep richness to that, and is good. It's just teriyaki. So, you know, I know teriyaki, you know, there's nothing new here. Anyway, that's what I did today. I did a couple other things too. It was a productive day. That's one way to use pork belly. This was Spine and Dine. No, it was not. This is Jamie and Chef. It's Morimoto. Bon appetit. Au revoir. Just not gonna give up without a fight.